दिखाएंगे,
मुंबई इंडियंस
जान लगाएंगे,
मुंबई इंडियंस जलवा दिखा देंगे हम मुंबई इंडियंस
लोहा जला देंगे, पानी जला देंगे,
दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे मुंबई इंडियंस दुनिया हिला देंगे हम अब दुनिया हिला दे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे मुंबई इंडियंस
Welcome back to MX Takatak's MI Live post-match show. Honestly, not too much we could have expected more from the bowlers. They did their best. Maybe just a couple of extra no balls there, but all in all, a beautiful bowling performance. Like I said in the first innings, probably about 20 runs short, but look, you win some, you lose some, you live and you learn. Welcome back, Tanvi and Kunal. Bitter pill to swallow, right?
Yup. I know.
I mean, I
last
definitely
one.
feel like go for it, Kunal.
Okay, yeah. So somewhere वो no ball काफी affect किया anyway. मतलब we were actually building really good pressure. See, honestly, जब भी 24 balls पे 31 runs चाहिए थे, pressure was on the batting team. That's the beauty of Bumrah and Bolt. Somewhere हमें पता था कि last over में there will be a weak bowler, not the ace Bumrah and Bolt. तो फिर उस हिसाब से runs ज्यादा रखने चाहिए थे, but unfortunately no ball वगैरह. But then yeah, there's a lot of dew, there's a lot of ball का issue वगैरह हो रहा था. It's okay.
I mean, like you said, Kunal, there was a lot of dew, and we saw that over and over. You know, we also tried to get a new ball and do lots of different things. And I also feel like at the end of the day, we just came down again to the very last over. So I think we really fought all the way to nail till the end.
Yup, we did.
Yeah, look, I
fight
think maybe Rohit Sharma might have missed out on a trick there.
Yeah.
A reason being, when you're seeing that amount of dew in the second innings, which means the ball will come onto the bat, but it'll be difficult to grip. Maybe for our last game, which is also at Chepak, maybe fielding first is a better idea. Kunal?
Really difficult to call क्योंकि अब तक तो ऐसे था कि पहला innings में batting कर लो safe है second innings, so can't really predict much. What we can say is कि middle order अगर अच्छे से perform कर ले, if we can cut out on those loose ends like no ball वगैरह, तो MI will do really well in the upcoming games as well.
Absolutely, very unlike Bumrah to bowl those two no balls in one crucial over. Let's discuss this in a little more with a couple of fans. Bring him on, guys. Somin, Ahan, welcome back, guys. Excited, of course. You have every reason to be. Ahan, after 5 games, finally get the big up on Mumbai Indians. Must be feeling amazing, right?
Please unmute yourself.
Buddy, I think you're a little too excited. You're on mute.
We still can't hear you.
Can't really hear you, buddy. I know you're excited, but that excitement will just come out a little better with the mute button off.
Okay, fine.
Alright. Somin, I'm going to come to you, buddy. Tough pill to swallow. Again, look, the bowlers did their job. Not too much extra you could have asked them. We still took it to the last over with such a mediocre total. Do you think those two no balls were the crucial difference?
Well, absolutely, Chinmay. Those 2 overs did change the game a bit for me. The actual scenario changed when Shikhar Dhawan, before getting dismissed, hit a 6. That brought the difference from 14 down to just 6. And I think that's the zone where we were trying to, just kind of have a grip upon, and it just slipped a bit. But still, I am totally backing the guys. Amazing performance. Showed great character, determination. Did not give up even an inch, and DC toiled hard for every single run they took. So I'm really proud of the effort we put in another field today.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now you can do your little celebration. There we go, buddy. Fair enough. Well deserved win. Do you think you still took it a little too deep? I mean, a win is a win, no doubt. But do you think it went a little too deep for you, Ahan?
Yeah, honestly, I was actually saying that Delhi played the course wrong in the beginning, because we've seen throughout the games in Chennai that it's easier to bat in the first half, but Delhi were playing at 6.5 and over, and I guess they were banking on Steven Smith batting through and basically just using his experience. And then when he got out, it got a little tricky. But I think Bumrah helped us. I love Bumrah. I love him with all my heart. When he plays for India, when he plays for Mumbai, does this, it all works out perfectly for us. And I just wanted to say that I was told Rohit would be a man of the match. I was told Quinton de Kock would be man of the match. I was told Jayant Yadav will get Dhawan. I was told Rabada won't perform. I was told, what is the point of Rohit versus Mishra? Everything happened. Mishra got Rohit for the 6th time. Rabada performed. Everyone performed.
Yeah.
That's all.
So it's good कि मतलब 5 matches से हम लोग समझ रहे थे कि DC जीतेगी ये सब होगा. After 5 matches the results have gone in your favor. So but then tell me one thing, मुझे काफी मतलब weird लगा जब ऋषभ पंत को थोड़ा sensible knock खेलना चाहिए था. He should have gone for singles and doubles. He went for a very poor shot at that point of the match. Are you still convinced that he is probably the right guy to lead DC, or should there be Ashwin or Steve Smith or someone else?
I think actually it was. I was actually a bit confused with what they did in the batting order, because when they sent Lalit Yadav at 4, I thought he was going to play. I thought he was going to play the Narayan role, which is go and just bash it, and if you get some runs, you bring the asking rate down. Otherwise, you get out. It's fine. You're not that important to batsman anyway. But then he started batting like sensibly and trying to take singles and all. That really confused me. I thought if he was going to bat like that, then Pant should have come in earlier. Because by the time, because at one stage I think it was 55 to 50, and then it became 48 of 36. So we really opened up a gap, and at that point I was worried. So I think Pant came in under pressure. He had to play those kind of shots. One of them came off with the boundary. But then I wouldn't read too much into it. It's Pant. He plays one way. He plays his own way. He'll come off some days. He'll look like a genius. Like at the Gabba. Today it didn't come off. So
Classic Pant.
Somin, what are your thoughts on Bowles bowling? I really want to know from you.
Oh, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, who's bowling? Did you just ask?
Bowles bowling. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say he gave his best. He was phenomenal to the. He gave his best and he tried to contain the runs as much as possible. Even though he knew that we were a little short in trying to defend, in the sense that Rahul Chahar's overs were exhausted. Bumrah had just one left by the time Bolt arrived for his last over, and we were always an overshot. So we always wanted to complete it in the 19th over and not allowing that extra bowler to go and defend a mere 5-6 runs, which happened. But Bolt, I think he bowled his heart out. There are some days when it doesn't come off. You do not get the wickets in your column. But still, if you rate it on a scale of I think it's just a bad day out for an entire team, and we wouldn't really mind that. But due credit to the DC team who played outstandingly well.
Exactly. Also, there's an interesting field over here by Cow Corner. They don't mind bowling in the dew. They have already embraced the challenge. ये मुझे काफी अच्छा लगा हमारी तरफ से. They could have just given up, यार. Pitch हमें favor नहीं कर रहा है. The luck isn't favoring us. The total target is already not favoring us for the first innings. उसके बाद they fought till the very end. Also, सच्ची बोलना. धवन first over में out था ना bro. It was a catch out.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Did you see? Okay, you watched the India-England series, right?
Yeah.
That
The Malan catch, right? Yeah.
The Malan catch of Surya Kumar Yadav. Because once they scrapped the soft signal, there was no way he was being given out, because even if one finger was underneath it, the other finger, the ball was coming out from the other side. So there was no way you could give that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So again, when it goes to the third umpire, it's always a soft signal, and I think I will have to take a hand side there, because it's very difficult to overturn a decision when it's not conclusive evidence.
They've scrapped the soft signal in the IPL. There's no soft signal.
And I think what confuses us even more is that super slow-mo replay, because trust me, 2 seasons back this was definitely going to be given out, but now when you see it in super slow-mo, it does look like it's hitting a couple of blades of grass, good enough for the umpire to give it not out. Let's have a look at the bowling card. Not too much more we could have asked, like I said, from the bowlers, except a couple of no balls here and there. Jayant Yadav was good for his 25 runs of 4 overs, actually very, very good. Rahul Chahar, maybe a little short in the wickets column, but again, 4 overs, 29, not a bad effort at all. Kieran Pollard, I'm going to give him 10 points just for his celebration of Steven Smith's wicket. Almost turned over and fell down, and Bumrah, 4 overs, 32, a bit expensive, and a few too many no balls.
Yeah, also Chinu, my favorite moment was when Pollard just went off to the umpire and he was like, "भाई ये भी ball नहीं है, मैं क्या करूँ इसका?" नया ball नहीं है. It was that terrible, मतलब वो कचौरी लग रहा था वो ball.
Yeah, did you see the camera that's mounted on the little buggy? The wheels were drenched. So clearly,
Yeah,
and Ahan, this I think
absolutely.
pertains a little more to the Delhi team because you guys now play a few games at Chepak. We actually play just one more and then move to Mumbai. You a big factor for the rest of your games.
No, we only actually have one more in Mumbai, in Chennai. We're playing Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I mean, I'm
Which is
not
a
too
big
worried
game.
about. Yeah, but I think Sunrisers Hyderabad, the way they make their team, if you get them 1 or 2 down early, but I mean that's not an issue. I think the point I wanted to make is that today for some reason after like Pollard complained, they got a new ball and the ball started spinning suddenly like with Rahul Chai. Like the ball changed. And yesterday the ball changed when it went for 6, which is understandable. Today I was confused why the ball suddenly, like how did they manage to get a new ball just because of the dew?
So एक चीज मैंने also
Because of the
after
view.
every single delivery
But that's
they
not a
will
rule, you
actually
can't.
put the ball.
Of course
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
go on.
Of course it is. I think you have to double check the rules because if the ball is not playable, if it's not gripping, the umpire is in complete.
Hey, come on.
It's up to the umpire.
Punjab
I mean,
days
you telling me
complained
it's
about
not going
it.
to
Punjab
change
complained
the
about it
rules,
so
buddy.
much, it didn't change. Anyway, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
look,
At the end of the day, we won.
I think none of us are the right authority to discuss that. That's completely up
Fair
to the
enough.
umpires and the officials, Ahan. So again, my comment is only as good as yours because none of us are authority. But coming back to the game at hand, a lot was said before. I think Mishi came and did his job, like you said, got the 2 crucial scalps. I think we can still take a few positives from our bowling. Jayant Yadav, I think, was a masterstroke today. His few runs made it a little more handy to get you guys into the game, and we still took it to the last over. Somin, I'm going to point this question at you. Do you think Jayant Yadav finds a place in the next game?
Considering the performance,
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
considering the performance that he has put up today, he was called as an emergency. He delivered. And again, if you see with the Mumbai outfit, every single person who is outside the 11 is match fit, is match ready. They are thrown in the deep end, defend this total, score this big, and they do it. So I think Jayant Yadav definitely gets a game going because we play one more match at Chennai, right? And he has kind of took the wicket. The left-handers in the opposition are also going to, have a slight threat about Jayant Yadav. So I think that he is a very useful contributor lower down the order as well with the bat which he did today. Otherwise, we would have hardly been able to cross 105, 110. So I think he is a pretty much utility player, and he can just progress from here with a little more game time.
Yeah. Also, Soumil, one thing which I really like, it was rare to watch was Shikhar Dhawan struggle in the second innings, like bat correct. So, Ahan, were you surprised that Dhawan itna struggle kar raha, and then like he kind of took off in the end? So, were you surprised? Like, ठीक है, ये pitch पे समझ.
I think so. That's what I was saying earlier. It was a strange strategy for Delhi. I think they were banking more on experience. So if you see the way that, let's say, Hyderabad chased it against Mumbai last game, they looked to go mental in the first 6 overs and then chase it from there, and they messed it up. But I think Delhi banked on the fact that Dhawan and Smith, because they have so much experience, they were just going to nurdle it around. But then once Smith got out, that's what I'm saying. I think that Lalit Yadav move, even though it paid off today, it was really strange. I didn't understand it. If he was going to play like that, it just put more pressure on Dhawan. And if he hadn't got that 6 and 4 away, we were in real trouble. If he had not hit those 2 boundaries of Rahul Chahar.
Yeah. Also, एक बात बताओ, like as a BC fan, I just want to know whether opposition plays against MI 137, you wanted to chase it down. Was there a single over जहाँ पर you thought कि चलो अभी now I can relax, or till the last 4 run जाने तक you were tensed?
No, honestly, after 137, I was talking about the game to someone and I said that it's actually a pretty decent score given that they were 84 for 6. The fact that they got to 137 is a very good score. And I mean, given the bowling everyone knows they have. Actually, so when they got it to like 35 or 55 or 50, I think I was pretty confident. But then Delhi played out 2 really strange overs. And then when it got to like 48 or 36, then I got really worried. And then Dhawan got out. After that, it became too painful. And then Pant got out. Thank God for Hetmeyer.
For a moment, बीच में आहार
Let's on that note, let's have
अरे ये तो recap चल रहा है पिछले season का, and then suddenly end में चलो went as per DC like catch it.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, let's have a look at the summary of the game. Pretty straightforward summary today. Delhi, give credit when credit is due. I think
Yep.
they were almost better. I mean, definitely better in pretty much every department. And we'll just bring up the, yes, there it is. Rohit Sharma top scoring for MI with 44. Dhawan had a bit of a shaky middle, but scored at 45 or 42. Brisk innings, I would say, but slightly struggling. Smithy came good to the party, 33 of 29, and Lalit Yadav a strange innings of 22 from 25. But at the end, it was good enough for the Delhi Capitals to come through and beat the Mumbai Indians by 6 wickets.
Yeah. Also, Soumya, मुझे एक बात पूछनी है. Let's go back a little back to the first innings, जहाँ पर the score was about to be decided. Last 2 या 3 overs बचे थे. Ishan Kishan, I was really appreciate the way he anchored the innings, but end में out हो गया. As an MI fan, are you kind of relaxed? कि चलो Ishan has actually found his touch again.
And really slightly upset at the way that he got out, because this was the time when he was trying to bail the team out of trouble. This was a real test, and he was relishing the test really over by over with small targets. That one of all trailing onto the stumps could have happened to anyone, probably the best of the best. So these are small moments which you generally cannot define, but I'm really happy for Ishan Kishan, the way he stood there with his tumbling around him and he was just nudging the ball around and one big shot in between. So I think he should have gone on to carry a bit more, and it would have probably made the difference. Now we look back in hindsight, could have been another plus 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to come to you, buddy. Tell me for you guys, back to the drawing board or for the Delhi team in terms of batting lineup, because still a few decisions here and there. I think you need someone to anchor, just like we do right now. Need an anchor in the middle overs.
I think that's Smith's role, but even then I don't actually agree with that role. I think it's a bit of a defensive role in a T20 game. In Chennai, I understand. I think I can deal with Smith playing in Chennai because it's slow. You need like 140, 150 games are common. Just like SRH, basically what Williamson does for them. I think Smith can do that. But I think once we leave Chennai, I think the team pretty much picks itself. I think Smith honestly should sit out and Hetmeyer should play up the order. And then we can get back both our quicks, so we can have Rabada and Norke bowling with each other. Because that is going to happen. Once we leave this place, then Norke is going to come back for sure. Because, I mean, we have both of them sitting, or one of them sitting on the bench. So he will come back.
Yes.
Well, then obviously we would have hoped that the result would have been different, but we always are known to back our team and our players. And on Facebook, Augustina Naidu obviously is reiterating the same thing. She said, "You have not won the match, but you were defending that total right till the end, and you have won our hearts as always. This is called Mumbai Indians fighting right till the end." And I think I have to agree with that. Like, till the last over, I felt like it could have been anything. What do you think, Ahan? Do you agree? We're fighting right till the end, every single match.
Honestly, I'll tell you, when it was 15 of 12, I was, and Bumrah had the over left, I was genuinely worried. Like, I was like, Bumrah at that situation can give 3 runs, 4 runs, and he had Lalit Yadav on strike. So he could honestly have choked him. When he bowled that first snowball, I was like, okay, fine, I think now we can do it, because like now it became a pretty manageable situation. Because I felt like anything under 10 runs, we would have got in the last over, because I mean, it was good captaincy that they used their best bowlers and they had one option left, so it was targetable. But I think that's the thing with Mumbai, right? They're such a good team, whether they're batting or they're bowling. From 84 for 6, it's no other team would probably get to 130 from there. And I think even the way they defended, I mean, when you've got Bumrah, and I don't know about Bolt. When he was playing for Delhi, he could not bowl at the death. He's come to Mumbai and he's bowling like he's bowling as good as Bumrah at the death. I don't understand what's going on.
Also, Soumya, एक बात पूछनी थी. There's a lot of spamming on the chat right now, जहाँ पर people asking कि Rohit Sharma कहाँ गया. We are also awaiting for a clear update. But Soumya, had Rohit Sharma been on the field while defending the total, would it have made a big difference?
Deliveries. The first 15-20 deliveries that he plays. Yeah, so absolutely, the presence of Rohit Sharma for an additional time would have made a difference, because the first 15-20 deliveries that he plays, he doesn't go with a 180, 150, 170 strike rate. But the next set of couple of overs, he just goes, berserk. I think that's when he was about to shift gears and he got dismissed, So I think Rohit Sharma's presence have made a little different, would have helped us to cross a little bit over 150, 160.
No, so I'm asking in terms of captaincy while defending the total. In the second innings, Rohit Sharma was absent on the field. So in that sense, had Rohit Sharma been on the field, would it have made a big difference?
Well, not really, because again, the reins were in the hands of Pollard. He is an equally a captaincy. The decision making was in able hands. He has also been around with the team for 10 years. He also knows how to navigate through things and situations, and he has been that. As I said, it was a collective off day for the entire unit, the entire management, and there's nothing to be taken too seriously about. But it's just to be as a bad day, and look forward for the next matches.
I'm also going to jump in on that, Somin, and just to answer Kunal. I think even though Rohit Sharma physically left the field, I think these things are discussed multiple times. That in case the captain does go off in a position like this, the battle plans essentially are drawn. So yeah, like Somin said, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference because KP, the big man, has been there since a long time. He knows the functioning and the situations that he needs to perform in, and the team needs to. Ahan, coming to you, brother. Good game for you. Well-deserved win. What are you taking away primarily from this game? Experience-wise, what do you think Delhi is taking away?
I think it's a huge win for us because firstly, we've beaten Mumbai, which we didn't manage to do even once last season, as you guys love to say. So, I mean, the fact that we've beaten the top side shows that we are there to compete with the best, whether it's with Iyer, without Nortje, without Patel. Sorry, we can beat the top side, and I think we've also shown that we aced a 180 chase at Wankhede, and then we aced a 140 chase over here. So we've shown that we can do both things. Now all we have to do is win one game, batting first, and then I think that gives the team enough confidence that they can win in any situation, given any conditions.
Yeah, right. And thank you for calling us a top team.
Yeah, exactly. Chiru. That's what
I
I
said that from the beginning. I said that from the beginning.
Agreed. Absolutely, and I think what Delhi needs to capitalize on now is probably the second half of the season's performance, because that's when the standards tend to fall. I'm hoping for your sake and for Delhi's sake, you kind of maintain the graph going upwards.
Can I ask you guys one question though about Mumbai? Given your middle order for the last 3-4 games now has been a real issue. Would you guys change anything about it or just leave it the way it is? Any order or who plays?
Yeah, no, I get your point, Ahan, that middle order hasn't really performed, but a lot of it has something to do with the pitch changing its course, the way the pitch is behaving after 8th or 9th over. Because set batsmen bhi acha perform nahi kare. After the shot, after the 7th or 8th over, today Rohit Sharma caught out. Hardik Pandya, he was hitting really well. So a lot has to do with the pitch as well. So I'm pretty confident that once we leave Chepauk and visit another stadium, be it Arun Jaitley Stadium or be it any other stadium, so tabhi it will be a real test whether it's just the form or the pitch or was it a combination of both. So tabhi actually pata chalega.
Ahan, just to step into Kunal's point, I think what Mahila Jayawardene's style of thinking is back your players and back their abilities. So I think more will go into their net practices and their mental grooming than probably exchanging players. And luckily for us though, I think we have a deep bench. I think Nathan Coulter-Nile does come in at some part of the series because I think he's essential to Mumbai's victory, especially with his batting at the end. Plus he's a tall bowler, can hit the deck hard.
Yeah.
Somin, I'm sure you agree with me, buddy. I think. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Ahan. Well-deserved victory for you. I'm sure you're going to smile with that excitement, and you deserve to, buddy. Have a great night. Somin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night.
That's some good energy, guys. Unfortunately, a tough pill to swallow for us, but look, you live and you learn. Kunal?
Yep, there's an interesting comment over here. PKXD Vlogs is commenting, get Arjun Tendulkar in the playing 11. Guys, it's a little too harsh on Bumrah and Bowler. They're doing pretty well. I'm pretty sure Arjun Tendulkar will also do great. But then let's wait. MI को back करो. It's not like see, I like how MI के fans का approach has been कि हम लोग match कैसे हार सकते हैं? ये कैसे होता है? So there'll be some matches we lose, there'll be some matches we win. At the end of the day, make it to the playoffs, be the top 4 team, and that's important.
Also, I have to say, I like the thought process that Abhinav Barua has on Facebook. He says it's better to lose now and learn from it than at the business end of the tournament. Honestly, I'll take that. Like, why not?
Totally agree.
100%. I completely agree with you, and like I keep saying, you live and you learn, and it's much rather better to live and learn earlier in the stage of the tournament, rather than when it gets to the really competitive part where one small mistake could end up kicking you out of the tournament.
Yeah,
Go on, Kunal, you have something to say. I saw you excited.
पूरे MI के मतलब मुंबई सिटी के लैंग्वेज में लिखा हुआ है MI पल्टन on YouTube says कोई नहीं MI पल्टन एक मैच से क्या होता है अपुन को. There's an actual comment of proper MI slang.
Speaking of you lovely fans, guys, thank you so much for giving in all your content. We've been loving it, looking through all of it, skimming out the best, and finally, after an entire game's worth of footage, we have got out our favorite ones. Check it out.
टकाटक शॉट्स टकाटक ड्राइव देख मेरी फील्डिंग वॉच मी डाइव देख मेरी बॉलिंग देख मेरी लाइन टकाटक खेलूं ऑल द टाइम बॉल क्रिकेट तो मैं छक्के छुड़ा दूं जो भी विकेट हो मैं सबकी बजा दूं मेरे जैसा मिलेगा नहीं कोई भी यहाँ है इतना जुनून तेरे 12 बजा दूं जुनून गेट इट जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक कर टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक कर टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक कर टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा मुंबई इंडियंस जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक कर टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक कर टकाटक जीतेगा वो जीतेगा खेल टकाटक बन टकाटक.
Wow.
Guys, I don't know about my favorite,
That was
but
amazing.
the coolest one was definitely this guy called the Blue Hoodie guy. You might have heard of him, Kunal. Who's that guy, man?
कहीं तो देखा हुआ लग रहा है. I was about to say that. I knew you would ask that question. Which was your favorite? मुझे start का बहुत पसंद आया था. But no, on a serious note, मेरा favorite was the latest, the last one, जहाँ पर एक cute से puppy और it was a cute dog जिसको MI का पूरा merchandise लगाया था.
Yeah, that was Shivam, right? I think Shivam.
Yeah,
the
Shivam
cute
guy,
little dog with the MI thing. Kunal, I have to tell you, so you got a very special like on your post today. Tell us about the like, buddy.
So Shreyas Iyer liked my Facebook, liked my Instagram post, which was about today's game, जो अभी initially दिखाया भी गया था. So I just posted. So Shreyas Iyer मेरा one of my favorite players है, and not just from a DC point of view, from Team India point of view as well. So उसने I tagged him, and he probably liked the comment. I said, let's go for another win, Mumbai Indians, and hopefully really miss you, Shreyas Iyer, and he liked it.
Amazing. And now, guys, our high on energy Kunal is going to take you through the upcoming fixtures. Kunal, take it away, Mr. Shreyas Iyer's friend. Iyer.
Let's go for the upcoming matches. We are already done playing against RCB, KKR, SRH, and DC as well. Next up is Punjab Kings, followed by Rajasthan Royals, Chennai Super Kings, and the second leg would begin after that. Really interesting matches coming up. PVKS would be a tough challenge for MI. However, the recent form is a concern for PVKS and not really a big concern for MI. But then, Chiru, KL Rahul, that guy is really eyeing towards the orange cap.
Guys, I am scared of the Punjab Kings. But having said that, what I'm really happy about is the next game. We have a 1 hour special, guys. So make sure to tune in well on time.
Wow.
And yes, it's a special for Mr. Sachin Tendulkar's birthday, who we generally refer to as God. It's just the day before his birthday, so please tune in. There's lots lined up, some fun guests, some entertainment as usual. Tanvi, quickly before we go off, few positives that you can pull out of this game.
I think positives obviously stands in terms of the fighting spirit. I don't think we've backed out from that right till the end, last over. Once again, I think Rohit Sharma obviously being a great person again, and at the same time his partnership with Sky. So Sky's being consistent, Rohit Sharma's out there again. So I think that's definitely a positive for us. Just the middle order a little bit, like Kunal said, time's going to tell what the real issue is over there, but I'm not worried at all, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Kunal,
for me,
one more game at Chepak. Yeah. That's what I was asking you only. Go on.
Yeah. So my sixth sense just told me you're going to ask me the same question. But yeah, for me, a couple of positives. First of all, would be Ishan Kishan actually anchored an innings. He played a sensible innings, and from 84 for six, bringing it to 137, that uska bahut contribution tha. Secondly, what I like from an MI fan perspective, a reality check. Ki guys, you can't just go on winning every single game. बहुत सारे factors affect होते हैं. And again, as previously a fan had commented, even Chiru, you said कि start में हारेंगे तो it's a good thing ताकि हमें पता चले what things to improve on. So that's another positive according to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we are the kind of team who take a victory to our head. But having said that, I think it's a good jolt to get earlier on in the season. And one thing I can promise you, everybody who's watching, is MI will definitely bounce back. Because like I keep saying, resilience is in our DNA, guys. Please don't forget to keep hashtagging us with your beautiful content with MI Khel Takatak, and we will see you just before live action with a special Sachin Tendulkar special. See you guys soon. और सब साथ में बोलो गणपति बप्पा!
Moria!
Moria!